What I eat in a day. I always like to start my mornings with hot water, fresh lemon juice, and honey on an empty stomach with a little bit of liquid silica. This helps promote collagen. It also helps rehydrate the skin from sleeping, gets the body moving, and it tastes really good. Then I come in with my super elixir from Wellco and multi-collagen protein. I use vanilla oat milk and honey. The super elixir has 40 different ingredients. It helps with metabolism, energy, and this is the first collagen protein powder that I have found that I like that doesn't leave a weird film in my mouth, and it tastes really good. I always add a little Celtic salt, top it off with a little more milk, and this is delicious. This gives me my daily greens, and it doesn't taste bad. It tastes like pineapple lime. It's really good. Did some skincare. Now it's time for my brunch, lunch. I'm not a big breakfast girl, but I love some avocado toast. Today I'm adding some smoked salmon and white truffle oil. I ran out of lemon juice, but that's gonna be all right. I used some cream cheese on this 7-grain brand from Base Culture, full of fiber, so it keeps me really full, even though the pieces of toast are small. Olive oil, my avocado, I'm gonna add Celtic salt, pepper, and everything basil seasoning, and I top it off with white truffle oil. It's so delicious. It doesn't look like it would fill you up, but it really does. Then it was time for my little mid-afternoon treat with a matcha. I started drinking coffee again a little bit, but I really like what matcha does for me. It doesn't make me feel jittery, and it's just a nice little treat. I whisk in my matcha. You got to do W's and M's when you're whisking it in. You got to get it frothy and bouncy. Oat milk, honey. I also add more protein powder. With not drinking a lot of dairy, I'm not getting that protein, so I really have to add it back in. This milk I've been using turns out really thick and creamy, so I love that. Look how pretty that green is. Add a little Celtic salt to the top to balance out the sweetness. Hey, Romy. Then it was time for dinner. I'm making myself a steak and miso glazed carrots. The kids wanted lasagna, so I made that for them. They don't like mommy's weird food and weird snacks, and I said, well, that's just fine with me because then nobody tries to eat my food. So this is some miso paste, rice wine vinegar, honey, a little bit of thyme, salt and pepper, and olive oil. And I'm going to mix that together, put the salt and pepper and a little bit of truffle seasoning. This is the only kind of beef tallow I'm using, and that is to cook my steak. And it's Wagyu beef tallow. It is absolutely delicious. Glaze the carrots with the miso paste. Take the steak out, let it rest for 10 minutes. Put on some ghee, which is clarified butter. You want to let your steak rest for a good 10 minutes before cutting into it because it lets all the juices redistribute. And I like my steak a good medium rare, even closer to rare. The trick to cutting a steak is cut against the grain. That's going to give you the nicest piece of meat. I set that steak right back on top of that juice and butter and put the carrots on top of that. It wasn't the most aesthetically pleasing, but it was delicious. Y'all, make sure you're drinking water all day long. Bye.